TCB.
Rise with cryptophony after you crushing enemies in dark light. That's what I do. I've been through wildin' and locks and never gonna stop. Gonna make them bodies drop. I'm in a different lane.
Ooh, what's up everybody? It's your chance and we're back with another video. Ah! I'm kidding. I don't need a sheet to look scary, bro. My face is scary enough. I look like a bootleg freaking Scooby-Doo villain, you know, chasing around Scooby and the gang. All that. My face can probably, you know, make a baby cry in a second. So I mean, I'm being real here. I don't need a costume to look scary. I can just, you know, dress up as myself as Halloween. You know, actually that's a good idea. Whatever. What am I talking about today? Oh yeah, I'm talking about the most spookiest Skylander levels. And you know me, I love to talk about Skylander levels. So, hey, this goes hand in hand. I'm spooky. Skylander levels can be spooky. So let's talk about my ranking of all the Skylander spooky levels. Alright, so the number 10 spot, we got the Cadaverous Crypt. Now let me give you a little bit of a run through of the story of this level, you know, if you need a reminder or anything. So, Cadaverous Crypt is the second undead level, not in just SSA, or Spider Adventure. It is also the second undead level of Skylander's history. So, this level, you gotta go get the skeleton key, and, you know, T-Bone tries to guide you in the beginning of the level, but, you know, later on you get separated from him, and you need to traverse the Cadaverous Crypt's ever-shifting halls. So, Cadaverous Crypt, I mean, you know, that description of the level sounded really cool, right? Well, nah, this level's just boring as hell, and, you know, it has cannon sections, which are pretty fine, you know, just gotta switch the cannon, not too much of a biggie, but everything else in this level, I mean, it does the standard of what a dead level, you know, you want it to do. You want it to be creepy, it's got that. You want the enemies to be pretty menacing, it's got that. But it doesn't go above and beyond, you know, the limits of an undead level should have. And I mean, that's what I really feel like with Cadaverous Crypt. And you know, with some of the undead levels here, I've already talked about them in Skylander level reviews. I mean, all the SSA undead levels. So, if you want to go check that out, you are free to do so. So at the number 9 spot, we got the first undead level in Skylander Spider Adventure, Crawling Catacombs. Now this level, it's infested with spiders, and it's deep in the underworld. At first, you are accompanied by T-Bone, but soon have to get the skull mask of Mortalus. I never knew how to say it, but on your own as T-Bone runs off in fear. Now, with the SSA undead wolves, T-Bone is always funny. He's a pretty big highlight into, you know, what makes them enjoyable, but they're still not like the greatest, I feel like. But Crawling Catacombs does edge off Cadaverous Crypt by a kind of small margin. I mean, I know spiders are not for everybody, and I don't really enjoy spiders, but you know, the Gargantuan, you know, I find the Gargantuan to be sick, and I think the Gargantuan, you know, appears in this level, and you know, I think it's just it's an okay level overall. Nothing too spectacular, just like Cadaverous Crypt. Alright, so at the number 8 spot, we got the Creepy Citadel. Now, the Creepy Citadel is an undead area, of course, where the Skylanders go to retrieve the eternal undead source, and of course, Chaos is in this level. Now, his boss fight actually is pretty decent. You have these lasers, you have these, of course, evilized minions, as always, that he has in SSA. But, you know, that just meshes into a pretty good boss fight overall, I think. Even though Chaos does chat his butt off, as always, you know, the boss fight overall is tolerable. And, the level before the boss fight, you know, it's pretty nice. You're actually going for a castle this time, you know, besides, you know, the undead levels before Creepy Citadel, where you just, you know, troll through a dungeon. So it's a nice break for the setting, all that. But overall, this level it's fun. Alright, so at the number 7 spot, we got the Land of the Undead. I'll give you a brief run through of this. So the Land of the Undead is a prison. Like, it's just mobs all over the place, hopeless as hell. And there's also Master Eon, where the main goal of this level is we gotta go save him. We gotta save the boy Santa looking Eon from a Traptanium prison thing. And also we gotta fight Count Moneybow because he's working for Chaos, because it'd be like that. He's evil and Chaos is evil. It goes hand in hand. They're a match made in heaven. But yeah, let's talk about the gameplay side of this level. Now, the whole boss fight at the end of this level, I'm one of those people who are just not big of a fan of like the vehicle boss fights and superchargers, and I'm definitely not a fan of Captain Cluck's boss fight. My God, nah. And with Count Moneybone's boss fight, I do find it cool that there's a gravity mechanic in it. Like, I know, like when you're going through the level, the level also alters the gravity around the Skylanders, which I find that I guess cool mechanic to switch up the gameplay a bit, and that also features in the boss fight. So I find that a nice parallel, and I mean that's about it with the positives of the boss fight. Everything else, I don't know. I don't find it fun, and that's it. But I do like that the Land of the Undead is like a prison. The Mabus are just hanging out. Help me, being hopeless as always. I like the setting of the level. Everything else, it's cool, but there's better levels. Alright, so at the number 6 spot, we got the Abandoned Amusement Park. Now, the Abandoned Amusement Park is the 9th chapter in Skylanders Imagineers, once known as Amusement Land. It is where Megs was baking the giant cake to help the Skylanders infiltrate Chaos' lair, but by the time Eruptor arrived, Megs was attacked by an army of rats, who claimed the cake for themselves. The amusement park itself is separated into 5 different zones, which I find very unique. Like, what the heck? You get to go through like a winter wonderland, you get to go through like a pirate Neptune place, like a haunted house. Like, come on, what's not to love about an amusement park unless you're going through roller coasters, which those always make me want to throw up. So but yeah, overall this level is very different from the other Undead levels, to say the least. You have this one cake, I don't know what you want to call it, like the part where you had to put an icing on the cake. That's what I'm trying to say. It's fine, it's there. I mean, okay, but everything else in this level, it's nice. The boss fight, the quick shot boss fight, it's alright. I mean, it obliterated me when I was doing the giant walk, and I lost the Skylander there. Spoiler, but everything else in this level I find pretty neato. Alright, so that's the number 5 spot. We got the middle of the road level and the better amusement park level, Cutthroat Carnival. Now, Cutthroat Carnival is a shady amusement park show that is run by pirates. After they take it over, it is the 4th chapter in Skylanders Giants, where the Skylanders have to battle their way through the fair by challenging pirates with the new mini-game. And we'll talk about that right now. Skystones. I made a whole video about Skystones, and the whole reason, it's not the whole reason, but most of the reason why I think this is better than the Abandoned Amusement Park is Skystones. It's a fun mini game that it's just chill. You're battling pirates by playing a 4-tile game with them. I find that very silly, but very amusing at the same time. And the whole, everything else of this level, where Blobbers just gets rejected, and of course he gets his revenge, but he gets his own redemption arc. But hey, I love that too. Everything else, with Flynn in this level is very fun, and overall, this level is a nice middle of the road level. Alright, so at the number 4 spot, we got a very underrated level, Monster Marsh. Now, this is also known as the poisonous swamps of bad decisions by that dumb Hedwig guy. Frick him. But it is cursed. It's a cursed marsh where those who wander and live are doomed to make terrible decisions. Its waters are highly poisonous, and strange monsters lurk around the area. Following Chaos's information, the Skylanders came to Monster Marsh to find the Dreamcatcher. Now, just like the abandoned amusement park, this level has really cool landmarks, I guess, or really cool, buildings. Like with the whole windmill you have to go through, and you have to go through the poisonous swamp, and then you go through to the village. I find it pretty cool, and I feel like this level doesn't get that much appreciation, in my eyes. But one thing I don't really enjoy about this level is the whole the dark Persephone, oh my god, Persephone portion where you gotta go through the swamp. She's gotta protect you. It's kind of boring and it's kind of not fun, but everything else in this level I find really fun. So the number 3 spot, we got the Rampage Ruins. This is an old robot graveyard in Skylander Swamp Force. The robots buried, yeah, there were once powered by crystals of petrified darkness. The Skylanders ventured to the ruins to find out where the evilized crystals are coming from, and stop whoever was behind the creation of evilizers. Now, this is a very cool level, it's very ancient, you got the Archeans, which are very interesting foes or beings in the Skylanders universe, which I wish we got to know more about. I mean, of course, Giants made the Archeans more known and all that stuff, gave a little bit more lore about them, but it's always nice to have more lore about the Archeans, am I right? But hey, this whole level overall, it's a graveyard, and you gotta stop the evil-eyes Glumshanks from terrorizing the whole world, and I find it very interesting, and of course it has that curse that most Skylander Swamp Force levels do. It's very long, that's what she said, but overall, this level I think is such a joy to go through that, I mean, the length is still a problem, but I still find it fun. Alright, so at the number 2 spot, we got the first switching mechanic level, and I think the other switching mechanic level that's at the number 1 spot. We got the Dark Light Crypt. Now, I haven't played this level myself, but the story of this level is pretty fun, and I mean, I'll tell you it right now. So, upon arriving, the Skylanders meet with a Mulligan chef named Batterson, who told the Skylander of the previous events of the undead having stopped eating the brands of the living and started eating the Mulligan pies. However, they recently stopped buying pies and began causing uprising. He then showed the Skylander the differences between the real world and the ghost world, using the spectral shifting platforms. Afterwards, Batterson explained that the bank will take away his business if he doesn't get any sales soon, and tasked the Skylanders to find out why the undead had stopped buying pies. When they entered the crypt, the Skylander was greeted by a giant eyeball monster named Oculus, who was surprised to see a non-ghost in the ghost world. Reaching the haunted village where the undead reside, the Skylander encountered a ghost named Gallons, who told the Skylander about Oculus' true nature. The eyeball monster came to the village one day and outlawed all the pies, proceeding to force the undead to do bad things, living against their will. The Skylander then agreed to help rid the haunted village of Oculus, rule and navigated through the monster maze to help to reach him. With the help of Gallant, the Skylanders defeated Oculus, allowing the undead to finally eat pies again and save Batterson's business. Now, I really find that to be a fun story overall. Gotta save this man's business. This man's just over here, you know, trying to bake some pies for the undead. Like, what the hell are you doing, bro? What hell? Oculus? Like, Oculus sounds like the Oculus Rift freaking machine, bro. Stay in that. We don't want you freaking ruin this man's goddamn business. Like, he's trying to make a living. Trying to get that bag. But overall, I find this to be a very unique level, just like the first level. Not the first level, but the level that's first on this list and first placement. But overall, the Darklight Crypt, I really want to get it. Like, I can't wait to play this level for the first time. I think it's gonna be very fun, and just reading the story of this level, I'm already hooked. So the number first spot, I don't even need a script to talk about this level. We got Wilkin Village. Now, come on, Darklight Crypt does put up a good fight when you know battling for my favorite level of Skylanders. It's probably in my top 10. I just need to play the level first. But Wilkin Village, come on, Wilkin Village I think is better. Like, it's a better version. It's got the NPCs, the Wilkins, which are very mysterious yet charming characters. It's got the better boss fight in Trompy Mage, which, he's charming. He's got that puppet, blah, 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 and he talks in your face. And his boss fight overall, easy, but still fun and better than Oculus. And it has better gameplay overall, in my opinion. You got that bomb rolling section. You got everything else, the switching mechanic where, we have those healing orbs, and you got the bad orbs. I could go on and on, but I've made a whole video about Wilkin Village for the Janzers 4 weeks, so I mean, I've talked enough about it. So, Wilkin Village overall, it's very mysterious. It's very boo, but overall, I like you, Wilkin Village. You get approval. Alright, so that's gonna be it for my ranking of all the Skylanders spooky levels. I could have called it all the Skylanders scary levels, but spooky rolls the tongue very well. I'm kidding, it really doesn't. It's just, I don't know, I like the word spooky more than scary because, I don't know, I just like it. Spooky! But yeah, that's gonna be it for this. I'm out. I love talking about these levels. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.